Hey, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another episode of What's for Dinner. I just wanted to kind of pan around and show you guys what we were having. It's our favorite night, which is burger night. Made some extra fatty burgers tonight with baby Swiss and American cheese. And you can see all the dressings in the background, hopefully, and the spices and whatnot. And I did quite a few today, and I did those mixed in with the ground burger, except for the Rosette's everything bagel mix. That was for the pizza over here. So hopefully you guys can all see that. All right, let's get started. Bear with us while we get situated here.
And I know our life is different, our season of life with the kids being kind of grown up and like they're at work. But I got home at 3:30, which I know is different from you guys. But I just ran downstairs and did a quick workout. So
8-minute smart training,
yeah,
which we will talk about at some point.
Because I have a hurt hip, so I can't do lower body. So I can't do quads and hamstrings. So that was just upper body.
Yeah.
And then came up here and cooked. And now here we are. And it's not even an hour later. And we're done. So this doesn't have to be hard.
Yeah, we'll eat dinner as soon as we're done with this video. So for those of you who are new, welcome. Yeah. We're excited to have you on board here. And I'm Mark. I'm a certified health coach. And this is my wife, Teresa. She's a board certified family nurse practitioner. And for all of our usuals, welcome back. Yeah. We're excited to have you guys too. So the theme for tonight is going to be high energy, low nutrient density foods, and kind of the truth about that. So those of you who are regulars to our channel and our page are used to us, or you've heard us probably talk about our foods that we eat today are very high in energy, meaning fat or sugar. So they provide you with energy, but they're very low in nutrients. So we're literally eating more food today than we've ever eaten before, but we're actually starving. We're getting less and less nutrients out of those foods. So we want to talk a little bit about one of those nutrients tonight. We'll get to that in a second, but I wanted to cover what really part of that problem is. And part of the problem, of course, is that we have access to all of these foods. When you go to the grocery store and whatnot, those foods are all over the place, the ones I'm talking about. Yeah. But also, scientific research has shown that many fruits and vegetables today contain about 38% less nutrients than they did in the mid 20th century. And that's because of some different things that we've done with those foods. So shifting to chemical farming, I touched on that last night. So going into where we're using chemicals instead of natural, what do you want to call them, like farming, that's caused an issue with us not having as good of nutrient density in our food. And also land dedicated to nutrient intense crops and whatnot has been slowly getting depleted over the years. So especially in the last several decades, we've been losing more and more land to that kind of crops because the large companies, the large farms are buying up the land and they're using them for those low nutrient density crops. So we're talking about corn, soy, and wheat and whatnot. So one of those nutrients tonight that we're going to talk about and we're going to highlight is going to be the hormone vitamin D. But before we get started, I want to remind everybody this is not medical advice we're going into tonight, okay? So when we're talking about these hormones and these different nutrients, if you want to determine whether you're low or you need to supplement with those, you need to talk to your medical provider, your highly trained and very knowledgeable healthcare provider. And you want to make sure you have them run tests on you, like blood serum tests, to make sure you actually are deficient in something before you start supplementing with it.
Can I just go back to what you said at the beginning when you said nutrient high energy? So people are walking around with extra weight on them, and a lot of people have at least 100 extra pounds on them. That's energy. Okay, that's what he's talking about. That's energy, but you can't tap into that energy because you would have to be, you know, an Olympic athlete training for whatever your thing is to be able to burn any, you know, like Michael Phelps. Remember he was eating 10,000 calories a day and he's a beanpole because he's doing too much activity. We are not. It would be like every single time you drove past a gas station, you filled your gas tank. Eventually the gas tank is full. It doesn't take anymore. You can't hold anymore. You're going to have to start putting it in your back seat, in your front seat. Like that's just silly. So too much energy is fat.
40,000 calories is what the average American is carrying around in fat on their body. So we've got to learn how to tap into that fat and use that fat for fuel while simultaneously burning it off of our body. So, all right.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh no, this is your game, Teresa. I'm just just here to support you. No, so Teresa's going to highlight the vitamin D.
Yeah. So vitamin D is fat soluble. So make sure if you're taking vitamin D, you're taking it with fat. So that's eggs, bacon, heavy cream, burger, steak, ribeye, butter, MCT oil, something like that.
Yeah, and remember, can I chime in really quick? So vitamins A, E, D, and K are the fat-soluble vitamins. So D was in there. And that means you just need to eat them with some fat. The rest of the vitamins are water-soluble.
Yeah.
So they can just use water in your body to basically absorb.
And what he just said is pretty much all we get in school about nutrition is fat-soluble, water-soluble, all that. Vitamin D is amazing. So vitamin D is a hormone. So it can prevent MS, multiple sclerosis, heart disease, osteoporosis, so bone disease. It protects you against colon cancer, pancreatic cancer, breast cancer. Remember, males can get breast cancer, and prostate cancer in men. It can help you with anxiety and depression and weight loss. Even if everything is kind of balanced, your body is in more of a homeostasis and functions a little bit better. Definitely supports the immune system, helps fight against autoimmune conditions. It's really important.
Definitely.
Do you have anything to add?
No.
So what a lot of people say is, I get a lot of vitamin D deficiencies. It's rare that I see someone that is in the range I want, which is anywhere from 60 to 90 is what I'm looking for. And so people will say, I can't believe, first of all, right now, and especially in Missouri, this is the time where I'm seeing vitamin D levels. And I'll say, are you still consistent with your vitamin D? And they say, well, in the summer, I don't really take my vitamin D. So they think they're getting enough sun. First of all, you have to be out in the hottest time of the day in essentially a Speedo or a bikini every single day to get the sun. And then you're not supposed to really go to the bath and wash with soap off your skin. You got to wait for your skin to absorb in your skin, your liver to do the conversion and turn it into the usable form of vitamin D. Okay, no one ever does that, right? We come back from the river, first thing I do is jump in the shower.
Yeah.
Or people wear sunscreen, so you can't get it anyway. And then here in Missouri, we can't sit in the sun every single day in the winter when it's like 15 degrees outside at noon.
Yeah, and there's actually a bullet point coming up about that too. It even talks about when you live in the cities, I'm talking big cities like New York, where you have very high skyscraper type buildings.
Yeah.
Those provide a lot of shade from the sun, so you don't get those. And something else that we weren't even going to talk about, but it just came to me, was when we turn 50, and once we get 50 as we age, obviously a lot of things start happening. But one of those fantastic things that start happening is that we can no longer effectively absorb vitamin D through our skin the way we were originally designed to. We just start getting that diminished effect.
Yeah. And we all have, our livers are like sluggish because of the environment that we live in. So,
sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think I talked about that. May support weight loss. I mean, it could help. I mean, I don't think you need to go start taking vitamin D and the pounds are going to melt off. But again, your body will be more into homeostasis and everything just works a little bit better.
For sure.
So, oh yeah, big city. So you're less likely to get vitamin D from the sun, especially if you live in an area of high pollution. Use sunscreen. Spend most of your time indoors. You live in big cities where even if you're out, buildings are blocking the sun, or you have darker skin with higher levels of melanin. The other thing that you can have is a SNP, an SNP, which is a single nucleopeptide polymorphism. And that means you have like a receptor site issue and you cannot get the vitamin D or make it on your own. We used to test for it when we did genetic testing in the office. We don't do that anymore. So that's a thing too. And I was actually talking to Eric Berg in San Diego about this. So, but he was like, yeah, there's lots of people that have the SNPs to it. So that's something else to think about as well.
Yeah, I apologize. I just noticed that one of the microphones is cutting in and out, so I have to mess with that a little bit later. But so the folks watching on Facebook might not be able to hear us as well.
Turn your volume up.
So turn your volume up, and I'm going to move you guys a little closer to us as well. So hopefully that helps in case there is a volume issue there.
Oh my. Hello.
So yeah, we're right up in your grill
and
now.
The sun's coming through just
and
right.
The sun is coming just right. It's perfect.
So do you have anything else to add?
No, I don't think so. Not on that.
Okay. So the foods that are really high in vitamin D are fish, mackerel, sardines, any of the fish, and then egg yolks. So if you notice, that's all animal protein, animal based. Then the other stuff that we associate with vitamin D, like milk, cereals, yogurt, orange juice, those are all fortified with vitamin D. So first of all, milk has 400 units of vitamin D in a whole gallon. Okay. If you want your level 60 to 90, you're going to be on 7,000 to 10,000, and some people even a little bit more every single day.
Yeah.
If you let your primary provider check your vitamin D, and because I used to work at a clinic and the nurse practitioner would check the vitamin D, and she would send a prescription over to the pharmacy for vitamin D2 to help with your vitamin D3 levels.
An inferior form of vitamin D is the D2 versus the D3.
Yeah.
So what you want is D3 or co-calciferol. That's the one that's highly absorbable, and your body prefers that one.
Yep. So you can get this measured at your provider's office. You could get this measured at the independent labs where you don't need a provider order for. And the daily recommended doses, so the RDA, the recommended daily allowances for vitamin D, are so puny. So for adults, so for us, age 18 to 70, it's 600 units. Okay. All those RDAs, those recommendations for daily allowances, are just to prevent rickets. That's the minimum you need to prevent rickets.
Yeah.
But if I'm trying to reverse osteoporosis along with hormones, I'm giving vitamin D, K, and magnesium. And magnesium and calcium and D and K are all cofactors. They help everything work together. Vitamin D helps calcium get into the bone and not sit in your coronaries or your kidneys and give you calcium stones.
And then the K2 and the magnesium actually activate the vitamin D. So it turns it into a usable form in your body.
Yeah.
So those are really important. They work kind of synergistically is what we're trying to say.
Yep.
Yeah.
So really good thing to have, especially on board in the winter and cold flu season. The second any of us feel like we're getting sick, it's zinc, it's C, N-acetylcysteine, and vitamin D is what we add.
Definitely.
Vitamin A drops, but we ran out of that. But it's really good to have that in the winter.
Yeah,
cold and flu.
For sure.
And there were studies during COVID that a vitamin D level of 50 is the minimum that you need to help fight off COVID if you get it.
Yeah, that was really kind of a big deal when COVID was coming out, when they discovered that. So
if you think about a vitamin D level of 50 to treat flu, because COVID is flu, and I just told you that most of my patients, even from Florida, are deficient, what does that tell you?
Yeah, for sure.
That's why we get sick sometimes and so many times and have a hard time kind of getting over it. But
yeah. All right. Well, so we figured with us talking about supplements, we're going to try and talk about different nutrients every week, and we're trying to hit on some of them because we have not been doing that. So I just want to throw this out there. So for full financial disclosure, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity, or I'm just going to tell you about a online dispensary that we use called FullScript. I'm going to put that link in the descriptions. Teresa's going to drop it in the comments on Facebook.
Yep.
The descriptions on YouTube, excuse me, and then the comments on Facebook. But the reason I'm mentioning this is it's a online dispensary. They offer over 300 brands and 25,000 products now.
Yeah.
So it's a huge online dispensary. Okay. So one of the good things about it is obviously the sign up is for free. Excuse me, I'm losing my train of thought, and I'm trying to look at my notes simultaneously. We have it so it's set up. If you order from our FullScript page, you'll get a 25% discount. That's just the flat basic discount that we give all of our anybody who signs up and orders from our dispensary.
Yeah.
And for full disclosure, I'm going to back up as well. We do get a very small commission off this. So I just want everybody to know that. Okay. But additionally, if you spend $50 or more on top of the 25% discount, you get, you spend $50 or more, you get free shipping on that. And if you if you order your supplements on auto ship, so like me, I go through supplements about every 90 days. And I get a 90-day supply. And then what I'll do is I'll just set it up on auto ship. You'll get an additional 5% off by putting it on auto ship. So that's kind of cool. The other cool thing about FullScript is about 4 or 5 times a year, they'll run a promotion. In that promotion, they'll give a full 30% off regardless of what you order and how much.
Yeah.
So if you literally could just wait until they email you that, hey, we're running a promotion coming up this, Black Friday or Cyber Monday or whatever it is, and you can wait. And you can just order it throughout the year using that promotion. And that way you'll get the maximum discount on that. Okay. So I just want to throw that out there. Again, we'll put those links in the comments in the description section for you as well, if you decide you wanted to order from our dispensary. So that's pretty much it, guys.
So they usually have a sale around this time of the year, right? Cyber Monday or something. I feel like it usually is right about now. But if you sign up, they'll have your email and they'll start telling you. And then number 2, there's my favorites listed, and there is like winter packages. Is there COVID package?
Yeah, there's a COVID treatment package. So you'll go in there and you'll see all the different, so she's basically created protocols in there, and it'll just list the supplements in there. You don't have to order, if you do decide to order, you don't have to order everything, but it just shows you, like for COVID, here's a bunch of supplements that work really well for helping out with COVID.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
If that makes, hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah. And if you do order, like you said, we do get a little bit and we thank you.
Yeah, so much.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, we'll wrap it up there. So share your guys' experience with us, okay? If you guys have anything to offer or any kind of advice that you think that might be helpful for other people with regards to supplements and nutrients and things like that, please add and throw that in the comment section. And as always, if you haven't already done so, please consider liking us on YouTube. Wow.
Like us on
Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube if you wouldn't mind. And and so that's it, guys.
Yeah.
I'm just going to cut it out there because I can't talk.
We're going to go eat.
All right, guys. Well, as always, we love you.
So much.
And have a great rest of your day. And God bless you all. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.